The building was first started in the 1840s, and it was the most magnificent building in the area that became the ACT in 1913. So here I am at the gates of Government House. These gates, of course, are the famous gates that the Prime Minister has to go through when he's going to the Governor-General to get permission to have an election. They're also the gates through which a Prime Minister-elect has to go to actually be appointed Prime Minister. I'm going to take you around on the other side so we can actually see the Government House itself, but it is a magnificent building built back in the 1890s and currently the residence of our Governor-General. So I was just around at the gates of Government House. Of course, this is the residence of the Governor-General. The property name was called Yarralumla, and that's the name of this famous homestead behind me, which is where the Governor-General lives. The building was first started in the 1840s, but by the end of the 1800s, Robert Campbell purchased the property, and it was the most magnificent building in the area that became the ACT in 1913. So it was repossessed along with all the lands in the area. This property had been such a productive sheep farm. They had 40,000 sheep on this property at one time. But it was taken over by the Commonwealth. It became the part-time residence of the Governor-General up until 1931, and that's when the first Governor-General resided here permanently. The first cabinet meeting of Australia that was held in the ACT was held in this building in 1924. So it's a very famous building. If you're lucky to be in Canberra on certain days in over the spring and summer, it's sometimes open with an open day for charity, and the Governor-General of the day invites people to come in and have a look on a Sunday for a particular event. It's well worth coming in and having a look. The gardens are just spectacular. There's trees that date back from the 1840s that have been planted on this property. So Yarralumla, just at the end of the lake in Canberra, one of our most magnificent buildings. I hope you've enjoyed this clip, and look, Canberra Guided Tours runs fantastic trips all around the Canberra district. If you've liked what you've seen, we do stories about people, we do stories about places, we do stories about fascinating buildings. So please come to Canberra. When you're here, check out Canberra Guided Tours, and we'd love to see you along on one of our trips one day. Thank you.